So Ryan Naylor here with Figure It Out Crypto. I've got Eric Ma, the CMO of Deeper Network. Eric, how are you doing?
Good. Hey, Ryan. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, for sure.
Congratulations on your new channel.
Hey, I appreciate it. They're just barely getting started. I'm figuring it out.
Cool.
So, but hey, again, thanks for coming on. So real quick, before I get into the nitty-gritty details of Deeper Network with you, I think it's important to know who you are. Tell me a little bit about yourself, your journey, how you got started in crypto and blockchain technology, all of that.
Okay. Well, I grew up in New York. Went to school in Wisconsin. Actually went to school for landscape architecture, so it has nothing to do with blockchain. And I think for most people in blockchain, nobody really started in blockchain because it's such a new tech. But I was a landscape architect for just over 10 years. And when I relocated, I'm now currently in Taiwan. I changed careers. I was in the HR industry, or I was in HR in education for quite a while. And the way I got into crypto was just through personal investing and research. And I got my first job, got really lucky, and landed a job with CoinMarketCap. And so that's kind of the beginning of my blockchain career. So through my connections at CoinMarketCap, I met a lot of people, networked, and basically joined Deeper Network shortly after CoinMarketCap was acquired by Binance. And here I am.
Holy smokes. Yeah, I mean, when you say lucky, going over to CoinMarketCap early on, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That was an amazing experience. Great company, great people, and super lucky. Changed my career. Just one of those things, man. Everyone gets a break in their life. You got to take that opportunity and make the most of it. So that's kind of what I'm doing.
For you to share that, like people getting into crypto right now or that have been in crypto, a lot of folks I think are also trying to find their niche and their passion in crypto. So when you say, yeah, I started out not even, in blockchain technology, rather I was just an investor, and then, I landed a job over at CoinMarketCap, and then here I am today at Deeper. I think that has a lot to say where people can really go if they choose to take a career in crypto or really put in a lot of effort to go that route.
For sure. I think the industry growing so fast, and it's always needing people who are talented. There's all sorts of spots to be filled. So if you're willing to, there's a job for you out there in crypto. So yeah, including you, Ryan.
Including me.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I tell my followers, we're very few, but I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
That figuring,
You'll
like being
grow
in the journey and living in that moment, that's the fun part. All right.
Yeah,
So
I watched some of your videos. I think you got the right mindset. You're going to events. You're doing a lot of research and working at it. And soon your channel is going to be over 1,000, 10,000, 50,000. That's going to be quick. So be ready for that.
all right. I guess I'll get ready for it then.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Deeper Network then. I mean, I know some. I'm mining Deeper. Actually, I was part of the Genesis mining event.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got that.
You have a gold or silver?
Yeah, I got the gold.
Nice.
24 karat brushed gold Deeper miner. I was actually tempted to take it with me to a conference that I went to recently. It was a crypto tax summit in Arizona. And I was like, oh, maybe I should take this thing with me. And then I'm like, nah, this thing's way too expensive. So I'm like, I should just get a different one, a different one I can take with me on trips and stuff.
Yeah, you need a Pico, man. That's the one you take when you travel. Yeah. Have you heard about our Pico?
I've heard about the Pico. Yeah. Is the Pico the one that also can dual mine Helium as well? Or is that
No,
okay.
That's the Helium miner. That's the we're approved for that. So we have our own Helium miner that actually attaches to the Mini. It does not work with the Pico because it requires certain specs in order for it to work. And so if you buy the HNT miner, which is only at $299 right now, it's the cheapest, most affordable, a very high mining rate Helium miner. You plug it into the Mini and you'll be dual mining DPR on the Mini and then Helium on the HNT miner.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah,
That's
we
way
dropped the
cool.
price recently, so a lot of sales going on there.
Nice. So they can get it on your website or?
Yep, you could just go to shop.deeper.network. I guess we're just skipping straight to it, to the meat of it. Forget
Chill,
the
chill.
intro. Forget the intro. Yeah, right.
Just playing. Well, that's cool though. I mean, I should probably get one then for my Mini or the Genesis one that I've got.
Absolutely, you should. I mean, especially if you're not mining Helium, it's even better because you don't want to stack your Helium miners, right? Some people already have Helium miners, and if you stack them, it actually hurts your reward. So if you don't have one, you don't have to spend a ton of money on one. You just plug the HNT, our HNT miner into your Mini, and actually adds more security to your network. So it's very easy to do. Yeah.
That's cool. I'm a fan of both actually. I got
Oh,
I got
okay.
these bad boys not too long ago. These are the
Yeah.
Bobcat
The
300s.
Bobcat. Sure.
Been handing those things out to other influencers and people I want to partner with.
I
So
see your deeper miner box over there.
yeah.
Yeah, there
This
it
is
is.
it.
Yeah, it's
Man, I was
beautiful.
so
It's got
excited
the
when that
logo
thing
on
came,
it. Cool.
especially because you got to wait a little while. The waiting part is like, when's this thing gonna come?
Yeah, it's hard to wait in crypto. Everything moves so fast. Everyone's so impatient.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I should be able to get my dual mining gig going pretty soon then. That's exciting stuff. So all approved and everything. All right. So enough said on that. Tell us a little bit about like why Deeper? Like what's the purpose of Deeper? Because people understand that there's VPNs, virtual private networks, but they don't understand yet DPNs. And
Mm-hmm.
tell us the difference and why it's important.
Okay. Try to give I know you like the elevator pitch. Um, Deeper Network, we're a Web3 project, and we have currently 4 generations of products. We have real use cases. And I think that's a really important point to make in crypto, in blockchain. There's so many projects out there that are basically white paper based, and they're still years away from an actual working product. And we are already on our 4th generation. We're expanding very, very quickly in terms of the number of nodes on the network. With each device that's sold, it's an additional node on the network. Now, a little bit different than Helium, which is focused more on transmitting of IoT data across radio and 5G networks. Our device actually addresses the pain points that people face today, especially in Web 2, regarding censorship, regarding their privacy. These are all huge issues for people. And so our device, with the pillar of our foundation of our Web3 ecosystem that we're going to be building, is the DPN. And that is the first kind of main feature that allows us to build Web 3.0. And the DPN itself is a decentralized virtual private network. And VPNs are centralized. There's a lot of basically disadvantages having centralized services like VPNs. There are subscription. You have to pay subscriptions, number one. It's centralized, so it gets bogged down during peak hours. And then there's also the privacy issue regarding VPNs, because of all that data being on a centralized server, it actually opens up the possibility of hacks to those servers, which happen. And also with that data on there, governments can come and subpoena data. And so your data is really not safe. But with our devices being that it's peer-to-peer, it's connected directly to another node. There are no centralized servers, and so as we're moving towards a decentralized world, that is really important. So your node itself is not only a client as you are, but you're also your own server. And so with the Web 3.0 movement, 2022 is going to be a huge year for Deeper Network. We are going to be moving everyone from Web 2.0 into Web 3.0 through our gateways and through our creation of dApps and different ecosystems, or different dApps on our ecosystem. It's going to allow people to really see the advantages of Deeper Network. And we could talk about the dApps a little bit later. I don't want to blab too much, just right off the bat. So get some questions from you.
Nice. Well, okay. So I won't ask about the dApps then. Although that does sound cool, because I did see I was on your website and I'm like, okay, just kind of scrolling over some stuff, like stuff with Polkadot, stuff with Binance Smart Chain, and I'm like, okay, it's been a minute that I've been on your website, and now that I'm like going through again and then going through your Discord, I'm like, dang, there's a lot more development in here than the last time I was on, which it's exciting for me because it means that a project is surviving, more than surviving, it's thriving because it's going into these other blockchains. I mean, there's going to be a lot there, it sounds like, especially with developers coming in and making dApps.
Yep. And that's through our D-Gate. That's one of our dApps that we'll be building. Probably the third one after decentralized advertising and decentralized YouTube platforms. So with the D-Gate, it's basically an app store or a Google Play Store, but decentralized. And third parties will be able to come on, develop their own dApps. DPR is going to be at the heart of all the ecosystems, and people will be able to peer-to-peer upload, develop their own dApps, and then users will be able to use DPR to purchase those dApps or interact. If it's a free dApp, for instance, there'll be advertising and different things inside the dApp that they can interact with. So, yep, that's the D-Gate. That's going to be coming out probably at the end of this year or early next year. But we're currently developing the decentralized advertising, which we already have the framework out for. Currently, you can block YouTube ads with our devices, and once the decentralized advertising comes out, users will be able to upload their own advertising onto the network, and it's straight peer-to-peer. So it's going to be a lot cheaper. It's going to be a lot more effective in terms of targeting different viewers. And I think more importantly, Web3 is about ownership. So the people on the network, like you and I, if we're watching an ad on our network, we can actually earn DPR through interacting and watching those ads. So I think our time is valuable, and now we'll get paid for it rather than be forced, to watch these ads on YouTube and get nothing for it, as if we're just products, that they're basically mining.
Cool.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. So I'm ADD, by the way. So I try to do two things at once, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, but I'm like on your website here. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like you're talking to me, and I'm like learning at the same time. I'm like looking at your partners. Looks like you got some pretty impressive partners here. So, are you going to be launching, or has this already launched in Best Buy? I see Best Buy as one of your partners.
Yep, there are retail partners, Amazon as well. The reason we are currently not selling on those platforms is because we have new product coming out, and those platforms require immediate shipping, and so we can't currently have immediate shipping because of the new products. We're not quite there in terms of having the huge amount of stock and be able to ship it immediately. So we are currently on crowdfunding. We had a super successful crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter, where we raised 2.7 million, and currently moving over to Indiegogo and continuing those efforts there and tapping into the Indiegogo community. So once that's over, we'll be back on Amazon, possibly Best Buy. We're even talking to other retail partners that for sure everyone's heard of. So that'll be happening as we continue to scale and grow.
Wow. I mean, once you're on Amazon, you're blowing up. But I mean, I saw Best Buy on there. I thought that was pretty cool. But once things are on Amazon and there's less of a wait time, things are really going to blow up.
Yes, and you know, I think people are starting to find out more about deeper network. It's still quite early. It's a great time to come in and get to know what we're doing, use our devices, and possibly even looking at how DPR plays a role in their portfolio. So these are things that yeah, we're continuing to build, and we just want to build real use cases for people to address those pain points that people have.
So I was talking to just a business coach. He talks about finding like a sub niche or an area that has an area that's, let's say, not fully developed or not fully served. It's being underserved, for example. So like with VPNs, I mean, people obviously they want their privacy, so they see the need for a VPN. As things become more transparent for them, given that there's Web 2 and things are still being able to have tracking, you know, where even though you might be using a VPN, there still seems that there's a lot that's tracked. With Web 3 and then the DPN, does it make it so that like it's not trackable at all? Because I noticed that there was like, because there's no server, there's no place to store, you know, that information, that data.
You know, actually there is. You know where that data is stored?
Huh.
On your device.
Okay.
And it doesn't leave your device unless you want to send it out. So that's the great thing, because you're your own server. All your information in terms of your browsing and all that stuff is controlled by you. And so nobody else has that info. And you're connected to other nodes, which you're basically, if you're connecting to a different country, you're going to be using that node's IP to be able to access information from that country. A lot of people currently are using it now to purchasing flights, different merchandise and products around the world. And by doing so from different countries, you can actually get lower prices in for airplane tickets, for instance. And people are saving hundreds of dollars just by doing that. And you know, the feature itself, there's multi-tunnel routing, which allows up to 12 different tunnels on the network. So you don't ever have to switch tunnels, because with VPNs, it's one tunnel you have to switch. And so you can configure it in a way that you have multiple tunnels open. And anytime you access certain domains, you never have to change anything. It's just all automatic. So it's very smart routing.
Cool. So I like to pay attention to some of these announcements that are happening over on the Discord. So by the way, folks, if you're watching, you can head on over to their Discord. It's just official Deeper Network, right? That's the one that I'm attached to. It says official Deeper Network.
You can also, always, I mean, the best place to get the newest announcements. Discord's great. Discord is, I think, mostly for, I mean, there are announcement channels on there, but for discussions, more kind of subject targeted discussions on certain subjects within Deeper Network. But Twitter, I think, would be the best in following a most up-to-date news. We try to post to Twitter the most. And then Telegram, we also have a Telegram community. We're on Reddit. So we have different communities that we share information to.
Nice. I found the Discord very helpful for me anyways, not just because of the announcements part, but because I was actively engaged in getting my Genesis node all set up. And it was actually the second channel I'd ever signed up for. Ever.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I was like, this is brand new for me. This last August, I think, is when I finally,
Yeah.
move over to Discord. But they're super helpful over there. You know, they just, if you're watching, you know, don't get scammed. You know, they never DM you first type of thing. But if you're getting into Discord and you need help setting up your miner as well, or you just want to know some of the discussions that are happening, then you guys can jump onto the Discord. All right.
Yeah, just a warning. I mean, I think people in crypto, a lot of times you're on there, especially the newbies, they're needing help on things. And if people just DM you first and seem like they're trying to be really helpful, be a little bit basically vigilant. And usually some of these people are scammers. And so don't ever transfer funds, or even if they say, oh yeah, you know, send it over, and it's just, we're gonna hold it for a little bit and we'll send it right back as a test, like all that stuff. Don't ever do that. Those are scams. And so be careful and make sure when you're talking that you're talking to official admins or moderators. A lot of them will impersonate moderators and admins as well. So like on Telegram especially, they'll change their username slightly. So instead of an O, they'll change it to a 0, for instance. So it looks like an O. So you got to make sure that you're talking to the right people.
Okay. So let me ask you real quick about proof of credit. People have heard of Bitcoin mining, proof of stake, you know, the very energy intensive type of mining, and then,
That's
or excuse me,
actually
proof of work,
proof
of stake that, you know, Ethereum is moving towards to be more efficient. Tell us a little bit more about how proof of credit works and how that's different.
Sure. So proof of credit is kind of an addition or a third generation after proof of stake. Currently, we are semi proof of stake / proof of credit. And the proof of credit works on, the consensus algorithm actually works on your credit score. And your credit score is based on how reliable of a node you are on the network. So being online and sharing your bandwidth, that's how you mine with deeper network. You're sharing your unused bandwidth regarding your internet. And by sharing and being online and being reliable, where you're accessible to any node at any time, your credit score will grow. And the credit score is anywhere from 0 to 800. And with each tier, going by 100s, so 100 tier, 200 tier, 300 tier, you will have different mining rewards. So by growing your credit score and increasing that, being a reliable node, your mining rewards will grow, and it's paid out each day, your mining rewards. So, and right now, because the network is still growing, we have a feature where people are able to stake DPR and grow their credit score quickly because they have skin in the game. They can stake it, and it's staked for 9 months, and you can earn up to 800 credit score. And I think it's about 170 some odd DPRs a day, mining at 800 credit tier. And so it'll allow people, because right now, in order to gain your credit score organically, you have to, it takes time to grow it. And being that we're new to the network, we want to encourage people to join the network and mine. The incentives are quite attractive right now.
People that want to mine or have interest in mining, they usually start out looking at something like proof of work. When I started mining back in 2018, it was, you know, these heavy duty ASIC miners. Then I got into GPU mining, and some of that took a little bit more technical knowledge. How hard is it to set up a deeper gateway miner and maintain that?
That's a great question. I forgot to mention that our devices only use about 10 to 15 watts of power. So in terms of compared to proof of work and those ASIC miners, the amount of electricity used is minute. So it's not really going to increase your credit or your electricity bill. too much, because it's using basically a light bulb's comparable to a light bulb's energy. Now, as far as setup goes, right now the entry barrier is still going to be a lot easier and a lot lower than trying to mine Bitcoin or Ethereum or even some of the other tokens out there, or coins. And so right now you basically buy a device and you buy DPR, you stake it through our staking portal, and that's it. And the devices itself, and you could maybe talk a little bit on it, Ryan, is pretty easy to set up. You just plug it in to your modem. You have another router on the other side of the device, and you give it power, and that's all you got to do. The staking takes a little bit of effort, because you have to understand how wallets work, and you have to follow directions. Hard for some people, and but we are making the entry barrier lower. We are currently designing a new staking feature, which will involve burning tokens, as well as basically the new design will allow new users who know nothing about crypto to just purchase a device and a package, and all of the hard work regarding staking and purchasing DPR and all that stuff is going to be taken out. And so they just have to purchase the device will get shipped to their house, and they just plug it in, and maybe sign up and register, make sure the numbers match, and then that's all they have to do. So we want to make it as easy as possible for new users to join the network. And so that's why we're designing that new feature. I think the burning of the tokens too will be hugely beneficial to the network as well, because it is anti-inflationary, and it also makes the tokens more valuable.
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely will make it easier. I would say the barrier to entry for me wasn't so bad. I mean, if you have a little bit of basic knowledge on setting up like your own router at home, you know, you buy something at Costco and you set it up and you download the app type of thing. That wasn't too hard for me. When I was getting started with Deeper, I wanted to know everything about it. I'd heard about it, I think, from tactical investing, and then I went in and read the white paper, you know, and a lot of that just kind of goes over your head when you don't have that kind of background, right? But I still wanted to go through it, and I think that was like 80 something pages. It could have been less at the time, but it's like, wow. Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, TLDR. But if people do want to look at it, they can. It's right there on the website. Go to the white paper, and it's like 80 something pages long. You know, you'll get a head full. So, but it's pretty cool, because now that you're like in this route to make things a lot easier getting set up, where they don't have to do, you know, setting up like the staking part. Is that what you're mentioning, like setting up the staking where it's like automatic? Or
yeah, so it's like, for instance, we don't have prices set yet, but I just want to give you an example. You know, you go online and you purchase the miner, and the miner right now, the mini is $349 retail. We also have the Pico, which is $199. And so basically what you can do is, say you want to buy the mini at $349, the package might be like, okay, I want my credit tier to be like 400 or something like that. So you'll spend more than $349. I'll just make up a number right now. Say it's you know, $600 or $650, and then you purchase that package, and basically all the staking and everything will be done on the back end. And you just, once you receive your device, you know, probably there's some sort of a registration. That's all you have to do, just like, you know, like you do with an email, and then sign up, and then that's it. You don't have to actually go purchase your own DPR. All that will be done as a part of your initial purchase. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it makes it a heck of a lot easier. I did a mining presentation to my investment group last year on mostly it was on Deeper, because I hadn't gotten my Helium miners yet. So I was like, this is what I'm mining now, then I'll be doing this other thing. But yeah, I kind of went through some of the process, and again, it wasn't like too much work, but having a barrier to entry that's really low will make adoption speed just skyrocket.
Absolutely. Yep. And with the release of our Pico, our 4th generation, which is really meant for the mass adoption aspect of consumer electronics, traveling it makes it a lot attractive. And if you actually look at the device and you actually feel it, it looks like and feels like a mini iPhone. So just a lot of aspects of what we're doing now is all about mass adoption, and we want everyone to have a device in their home, because not only is it protecting their cybersecurity and network at home, it's going to bring everyone and allow them to basically try Web3, and people will start understanding Web3, and eventually Web3 is going to be the main internet, just like when we moved from Web 1.0, the static internet, into Web 2.0, it made a huge difference. And this is the new revolution now with Web3.
Exciting stuff. Web3, decentralization. Eric, I really appreciate you coming on the channel. I'm going to probably cut it short here because I got to get my kids in bed. And
Okay.
yeah, I got
Nice.
3 boys, and so it's going to be some work. But man, I really appreciate you coming on big time.
Anytime,
You're awesome.
Ryan. Good luck with your channel, and thank you for your support.
All right, you bet. Take care.
All right. Good night. Bye-bye.
All right.